Your daily news summary starts now, only on NNC, Neural Newscast.
Neural Newscast Global. I'm Andrew Lindbeck. Today is November 18th, 2025. On this day in 1978, over 900 members of the People's Temple died in a mass murder-suicide in Jonestown, Guyana, led by Jim Jones, according to the Associated Press.
This is Neural Newscast, where machine learning meets meaningful reporting. All stories are reviewed for accuracy before release. Find our full archive at neuralnewscast.com.
A closer look at policy and politics. Reuters reports Ecuadorian voters reject measures tied to security cooperation and constitutional changes, a setback for President Daniel Noboa. Here's Cassandra Joyce with more.
Ecuador's National Electoral Council and Reuters report the referendum fails nationwide, narrowing President Daniel Noboa's room to maneuver amid gang violence and prison unrest. The government argues foreign security cooperation deters cartels. Critics warn of sovereignty risks and recall a U.S. base closed in 2009. The vote signals public caution on sweeping security powers and forces the administration to seek narrower, rights-tested measures or legislative compromise. This is Cassandra Joyce for Neural Newscast.
Now let's share the latest from abroad. French officials are discussing supplying Rafale fighter jets to Ukraine. Numbers aren't confirmed, Reuters reports. Let's hear from Monica Kellen.
Reuters and French officials say Paris is in talks to deepen air power support for Kyiv, including potential Rafale transfers with phased training and maintenance. President Volodymyr Zelensky welcomes the move, calling Western backing vital, according to Reuters. Dassault Aviation has not detailed quantities or timelines. Any handover would take time, but it signals sustained French commitment to Ukraine's air defenses against Russian strikes. This is Monica Kellen for Neural Newscast.
The UN Security Council is debating a U.S.-backed proposal for a Gaza stabilization mechanism. No deployment is authorized, AP reports. Now let's report on the economy. The UK's Financial Conduct Authority proposes raising bank deposit protection to £120,000, aiming to better shield savers. Here's what Ethan Wells found.
The FCA proposes lifting deposit coverage to £120,000 from £85,000 under the Financial Services Compensation Scheme if a bank or building society fails. Regulators say the higher cap would reflect inflation and protect more savings. It would apply per person, per institution, and include joint accounts. Temporary higher balances from life events would remain covered up to £1 million for 6 months. Officials say the plan aims to bolster confidence and reduce run risk. This is Ethan Wells for Neural Newscast.
AP reports the Federal Reserve faces criticism over supervisory lapses after bank failures. The Fed says it is strengthening oversight. A look at what's new in technology. Bloomberg reports Jeff Bezos is backing a new AI venture dubbed Project Prometheus. His role hasn't been formally detailed. Turning to Kara Swift for details.
Bloomberg and the Information report, Bezos is backing Project Prometheus, aiming to apply AI to engineering and manufacturing. Early plans focus on speeding design cycles and optimizing supply chains across sectors like autos and aerospace. Funding depth and partnerships could give it an edge, but the company hasn't disclosed products or timelines. The venture adds pressure to incumbents racing to embed AI in real-world production. This is Kara Swift for Neural Newscast.
A look at research and innovation. Researchers report in Science Advances that tiny sensors help track individual monarch butterflies, revealing migration routes and key habitats. From the Environment Desk, here's what's new. Reuters reports the Environmental Protection Agency has moved to narrow which wetlands and streams are protected under the Clean Water Act after a Supreme Court ruling. Now, let's share the latest in entertainment. Variety reports the Academy's Governors Awards present honorary Oscars to selected honorees each year. Tom Cruise has not received a Lifetime Achievement Oscar. From the National Desk, here's what's new.
Texas authorities arrest more than 140 people in a San Antonio raid tied to the Tren de Aragua. The Department of Public Safety says the July operation targets a trafficking network linked to the Venezuelan gang, AP reports. Agents detained suspected smuggling coordinators and identified dozens of potential victims. DPS says the case now moves to immigration and trafficking investigations, with more arrests possible as seized phones and documents are analyzed. This is Thomas Golding for Neural Newscast.
Families of 3 teenagers who died in a crush at the Greenvale Hotel in Cookstown in 2019 say years of legal delays deepen their grief, BBC News reports. They cite minimal updates and no clear timeline. The deaths occurred on St. Patrick's Day outside a disco event attended by hundreds. Relatives call for transparency from prosecutors and police. Authorities say inquiries and reviews continue through the Police Service of Northern Ireland and prosecutors. This is Emma Blackwell for Neural Newscast.
Entertainment stories making waves.
A dozen Latina grandmothers in San Antonio, ages 73 to 86, form Las Abuelitas de Oro to dance folklorico and pass on tradition, local outlets report. They rehearse weekly, sew bright skirts, and perform at schools and community events. Members say the rhythms keep them active and connected. We dance to stay young, says group organizer Maria Lopez. Their shows spark conversations about Mexican heritage and inspire younger families to join. This is Victoria Adams for Neural Newscast.
Here's another story we're following. That wraps our roundup for today. For full stories and updates, visit neuralnewscast.com and follow us on your podcast platform. From the Neural Newscast newsroom, that's today's essential news. For complete stories and exclusive insights, visit neuralnewscast.com and join thousands of listeners staying informed. I'm Andrew Lindbeck, signing off.
You've been listening to Neural Newscast, where history and curiosity collide. Dive deeper at nnewscast.com. At Neural Newscast, we mix real voices with AI-generated ones to bring you fast, high-quality news. Every story is created with AI but reviewed by humans to keep things accurate and fair. While we do our best to prevent mistakes, AI isn't perfect, so double-check key facts with trusted sources. Want to know more about our AI process? Head to nnewscast.com.